One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only so can be restored. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Good morning to everybody. Let's get it in this morning. All right, so we got a very interesting one. Donald Trump's shooter Ryan Routh interview. We actually have a live, well, not live, but an interview from when he was actually in Ukraine. We're going to figure out what an actual, I actually labeled this that, on the thumbnail that he's a fanatic, right? Well, I actually looked up what a fanatic is by the dictionary, like what the actual if you defined it, a person filled with excessive and single-minded zeal, especially for an extreme religious or political cause. And man, we're going to get into that and why that is so damn accurate this morning. But first, before we do that, much love and respect to everybody being in here. Thank you guys to the Breakfast Club for being here and being members of the channel, man. That is the number one way you can actually help monetarily for the channel, man. If you guys can do me a huge favor before we get into it, man, hit that like button. It's the number one metric of all of YouTube. Also, hit that sub button down below. I see about 40% of the audience that watches over here on Insane Wheels is not subscribed. So go ahead and make sure you are. Also, follow me on my Instagram at BallValveTV, where I post all behind-the-scenes shit. I also keep everyone up to date on not only my personal life, but the show and stuff like that. And then also, last but not least, hey, if you guys want to help out monetarily and not have YouTube take a 30% cut from your guys' super chats or anything like that, well, man, we got the Cash App, the Venmo, and the PayPal down below. I'll let that scroll, and we'll shout out those as they come through. Thank you all for being here, man. This is going to be a very interesting one because I know a lot of people... well, let's just say this. I know that a lot of people want to see what the guy's thinking process is. A lot of people want to actually get his worldview. Like anytime there's crazy shit like this, we want answers, right? That's what we want. And so the more information that we can get, such as like his social media posts, past interviews, shit like this is a big ordeal just to figure out what he sounds like, what kind of information is he going to spill out? You know what I mean? And so there's a lot to shit like this. And this is exactly why we're going to talk about it today, this morning. Good morning, Brother Code. We got Straight Jacket up in here saying, good morning, good rising, y'all. Wake and bake. Absolutely. It is wake and bake time. Absolutely. With nicotine. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Papa, now you're a moderator. You should know we take it very seriously. So you need to say more wild things than the rest of the chat. That's right. Oh, shit. That's right. Hey, get down with your bad selves. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we're always having a good one. I can't even keep up with you guys this morning. It's like unreal in the chat right now. Too many homies to type out now, dude. It's crazy. It's Straight Jacket. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, and you don't understand crazy? I think we're all a little crazy. And we got Aaron up in here as well. Kind sir, appreciate you for being here. Left-handed tobacco. I like that. That is what I'm going to use from now on. The inmates run this asylum. That's right. We live, baby. Junkyard already knows what the ordeal is over here. You know what I mean? Thank you for being here. It's in my name. That's right. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we defined what a fanatic is, and legitimately, we're going to find out if he fits the definition of what an actual fanatic is. I'm not using the term loosely. I'm actually using it literally, that the guy is a total fanatic. So let's go ahead and check this out. This is off the Economic Times. YouTube, you guys see that I'm subscribed. I'm going to hit that like button for YouTube as well. So they know we're doing the right thing over here. All right, so let's go ahead and review said footage. This is Trump shooter's old interview goes viral. Suspect Ryan Wesley Routh talking about Ukraine war. So now this is in Ukraine. He actually went to Ukraine. You know, it's nuts. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it and see what the hell this guy is all about.
I'm 56 from the U.S. From North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii here. To me, you know, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil.
What are you doing here in Ukraine?
What are you doing here in Ukraine?
My goal was to come and fight. I think, you know, everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here.
I am coming over here to come fight, and I think everyone should be motivated to come here and fight with me, with us.
Support the Ukrainians and support the army. So plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. You know, we need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukrainians.
So you are working with the International Legion.
Yes.
And you are trying to convince people to help, to donate, and to join.
Yeah.
So it says in a June 2022 interview with Newsweek Romania, Routh spoke about recruit volunteers for the International Legion Defense of Ukraine, a unit of Ukraine's ground forces. So this was actually in Romania. No, it was covered by Newsweek Romania, but I think he's actually there in the interview. You'll hear him say it. It continues on where he's actually going to start speaking, I believe. Okay.
And
Perfect.
Please tell me who you are and why are you here?
I'm 56 from the U.S. From North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii here. So
Jesus.
The question as far as why I'm here, to me, you know, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but
it's all sunny over here,
is definitely
Steve.
Black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook. You know, any movie we ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another. And it's just a matter of,
good to see you, Todd.
We need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show human beings.
What's up, Beezer? This is some crazy shit.
That we take care of one another and that the world is united so that we feed each other and make sure that, you know, we all move forward as one collective whole unit. So, you know, we feel the pain of one country's failure and their conflicts, and we enjoy the successes of other countries that are doing good, and we all work together. And for some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit, and we have to get along and work together and be normal human beings. This is 2022. We have to work together. It seems asinine that we have a leader in a country that does not understand the concept of being unselfish and being generous and being kind and just the basic moral values that are required by human beings these days. It blows my mind.
It blows my mind.
And what are you doing here in Ukraine?
My initial goal was to come and fight. I think, everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army, no matter what gender.
Now, hold on. What was the definition of a fanatic? A person filled with excessive and single-minded zeal, especially for an extreme religious or political cause. Are we using fanatic in the correct context here?
Age, anything. Everybody should be
Let me
here
know.
supporting the army. But I'm 56, so initially they were like, well, I have no military experience. So they're like, you're not an ideal candidate. So they said, not right this minute. So plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. We need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukrainians.
Jesus.
We need we've got 190 countries around the world, and we need thousands from all of them. If the governments will not send their official military, then we civilians have to pick up the torch and make this thing happen. And we've gotten some wonderful people here, but it's a small fraction of the number that should be here. If we have 5,000, to 10,000 people here fighting, that is just a minuscule amount of the 5 billion people on the globe.
You're way off.
Everyone here.
You're way off on that number, by the way, by quite a few billion, by the way.
Fighting. That's why I'm in Kyiv. So every project that I promote is about getting people here to support the Ukrainians. We're
this shit is crazy.
Juncture in this war where we are sitting on the fence as far as whether good or evil is going to win. Right now we're looking at a situation where the world is waning and it's thinking that this is important or not. And we're at a point where, all right, are we going to stand for humanity?
Totally,
for
Steve.
rights,
oh my God, I hate that.
Everything that is good with the world, or are we just going to ignore it? If everybody is complacent and doesn't join this fight, then guess who's going to win? It might take 10 years, but we're going to lose this battle if everyone around the globe does not stop what they're doing, get off the couch, and come to you.
If everybody on the globe gets, dude, that's crazy that this dude would even think that is a possibility. Like, that's crazy. That is some loony shit. But at the same time, what's crazy about it is, yes, he's radicalized. It's evident. But the way he's coherently speaking, it's not like the dude was like, yes, he's out of his fucking mind, but he's not necessarily like fucking completely fucking crazy. He's actually speaking coherently. He may repeat himself a couple of times, but whatever. But nonetheless, he's sitting here, just being a huge advocate, right? Obviously radicalized. But this is what makes me think that this dude didn't really do this because of the hatred that he had for Trump, for instance. I think it has to do way more with the fact that Trump was speaking about Ukraine and Russia, and the ordeal there, and that conflict would be resolved in the first day that he took office. Well, I think that he took that as a threat to Ukraine. This is my anecdotal thinking, like what I've thought about. Okay, this is all speculation. So let me get that disclaimer out, right? But at the same token, this is truly what I believe, that this guy is so radicalized on Ukraine. And everything that we've known about the guy has been about Ukraine. And then meanwhile, we got an interview about Ukraine and about how he's so radicalized that he thinks the world should be showing up, and he just doesn't understand why people aren't showing up.
Ukraine and defend the human rights of everyone around the globe. This is the most important thing going on in the world today.
Akila, good to see you, man.
Sitting around and letting life go on as normal and complaining about gas prices and complaining about, your luxury life in whatever country you live in is unacceptable. As human beings, we must support each other. We cannot turn our backs on anyone around the world and expect the problem to go away. So I've been dealing with Russia for my entire life. We had one period where it was okay, but now we've let it slip back into terrorism. So it's just, the world needs to respond.
Good morning, Tiffany. Good to see you.
Why world leaders are not sending military is beyond me. We're going to have to elect new leaders the next go around that have a backbone and that, have the fortitude to say, hey, we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior. This type of behavior is unacceptable anywhere,
And yours
anywhere,
isn't?
any place,
How is, dude, there's no way that this guy has any room to speak about behavior. Stop the cap, yo.
Stop the cap.
That shit is crazy.
So it's totally
Crazy.
unacceptable. And why people are not responding, I do not know.
What impressed you the most since you are here?
My trip to Irpin was pretty emotional. So going and seeing the buildings that were burned and destroyed and things of that nature. I think more emotional for me is just talking to the guys that have come here. When you talk to a 20-year-old guy that sold everything he owns to come here and fight, that is heroism.
That guy just fucking teared up for real. Stop it, yo.
Stop the cap.
No way. No way.
Guys that have come here, when you talk to a 20-year-old guy that sold everything he owns to come here and fight, that is heroism. He's coming here to risk his life for humanity, for the Ukrainians. Guys that sell everything they own to come here and support the Ukrainians while others sit at home and do nothing. It's totally mind-blowing how we have this divide of people that are selfless and courageous and wonderful and willing to sell everything they own to come here and support, keep people from getting killed, to shelter kids and protect Ukrainians, and others that just, want to sit at home and not. It's just, it's an indictment of our entire human society to say, hey, where do we stand? Do we stand for good?
Good to see you, Danny.
Or do we just not care? I mean, does the world not care? That's the feeling that I wrestle with every day in my interactions with everybody. Every one of us is responsible for the outcome of this war. Every one of us, by our actions and what we do. And, when I call back home and say, hey, I need $5 so I can, put enough money together to get a vest for a Ukrainian, and I get no response, I'm like, I'm not sure that the world is as wonderful as I once thought it was. I had thought that everyone would respond, very generously and unselfishly. And, you don't have to.
That's the very first thing you should have never done. Why are you thinking that people are going to be responding to shit like this? Why? What's their obligation there, kind sir? That's crazy.
But if I ask for $5 to buy a vest to save a Ukrainian life, it seems like that would be a no-brainer. But I increasingly get more disappointed.
There's Brother
in
SNS.
humanity.
Dude, we've been hitting you up, bro. We've been hitting you up. We've been worried about you. We all love you, man. Hopefully you're doing all right. Good to see you. Good to see you, my man. That's awesome to see you. Hopefully you're doing well.
I'm beginning to question whether or not we're going to end up on the right side of this equation.
So you are working with the International Legion.
Yes.
And you are trying to convince people to help, to donate.
Good morning, Miss Lotus.
To join.
Yeah.
My final question is, what would you say to the people in order to convince them to join the International Legion, or to donate for it, or to be involved in the humanitarian aid to Ukraine?
Right. It's just extremely important, the whole thing. As far as joining the military, yes, if you have some military experience or know people with military experience, encouraging them to come and fight. We have units all over the place. So, there were some leadership issues initially, but we've got so many units available to us: Georgian, Crimean, Ukrainian, territorial.
This was in 2022, Akila. This was, what did it say, everybody? I can't remember. It said June 2022? It said something 2022. But yeah, it was not that long ago. Only a couple years ago.
Defense, Foreign Legion. We have, so many paramilitary groups. I put a 74-year-old Japanese guy in a unit. So, we have girls in units. So we have two girls that are in the unit up the street. So any gender, any age, any skill level to no skill level. But yeah, if you want to fight, come here and see me, and I'll put you in a unit so you can go fight. But regardless of that, we should have thousands upon thousands of people standing here with the Ukrainians. This Maiden Square, Independence Square, we should have millions of people in this square, filling the square from every country around the world. And why we don't, I don't understand. I'm here every day with all the flags from all the supporting countries, with the memorials for the people that have died. And, you know, I've had several people come, but just a handful, you know. So it blows my mind that I'm standing here alone without thousands of people from every country, from Asia, from Africa, from Australia.
They 1,000% looked at this guy and was like, dude, you're 1,000% a fucking liability. Like, there's no way that they would accept him. Hence why he went over there wanting to fight, and they didn't give it to him. You know, there's a reason why he's over there just trying to recruit people to come over. What a fucking, oh my God. This is literally what a fanatic is, guys. Like the definition of a fanatic.
From Canada, from everywhere in South America, every place.
Europe.
Europe, everywhere. We need everybody here. You know, if you have no skills, just come. You know, we need to be cheerleaders. Just being here and saying, hey, I support the Ukrainians, and I support human rights, and I support good and generosity and caring and kindness and altruism. And it's just, you know, we need to show the world that we care. And it's essential. You know, if you don't do any work at all, just being here and supporting and showing them that we care.
You being there is not helping
fellow human beings is the most important thing we can do.
Dude, come on, man. That guy is not doing shit there. Like, you are nothing but a liability, even just to the Ukrainian people. They're probably like, dude, go home. You can't do shit here. Like, it's cool that you like care and all, I guess, but like, he's probably more invested than their own people. You know, I mean, obviously. Let's bring up the definition again. Fanatic off of, dictionary.com, right? So a person filled with excessive and single-minded zeal, especially for an extreme religious or political cause. And yes, I believe that we used fanatic in the thumbnail accurately. You know what I mean? This is exactly what a true fanatic is. But yeah, this is a very interesting ordeal. Obviously, there is a lot of unanswered questions, right? And hence where conspiracies come from, right? Where do conspiracies come from? From a lack of information. And so we have seen too much that we have too little information on. You know, the whole shooting in Las Vegas, that's really what started it all. Who Straight Jacket actually taught me that and showed me some behind the scenes shit. And then like we start with this, and then now we have like the triple assassination attempts on, I don't know if you guys know that there's 3 now attempts. There was one yesterday on Trump. No, there wasn't any shooting, but there was explosive found in a car. So anyways, nonetheless, there's too many unanswered questions for us to go, man, there's nothing wrong with this equation. No, we're all sitting back going, no, there's more to the equation. There's connections here with like BlackRock. There are multiple things that we don't have answers to. Like, if Donald Trump was doing this golf ordeal in Florida, last second, it wasn't even scheduled in the plan. This guy lives in like what, North Carolina, or resides in Hawaii now, or now he came back, or whatever the case is. He's in North Carolina though. Like, you have to be able to be there in time to be laying in bushes ahead of the president. I mean, somebody had to have let you know something. Somebody somewhere along this pipeline of diplomacy, I guess, there is definitely some talking going on. What do you guys think about this whole ordeal? We are so far in debt. Our country is going to shit. Why help other countries? We need to help ourselves. It's our money they send everywhere else to line their pockets and help everyone but us. And that's absolutely facts. Now, I'm not saying take away all funding. I mean, here's the thing. We all realistically, you can't get rid of all funding because naturally we run the entire fucking world. That's just the way it is, right? And you have to keep certain agreements held and stuff like that. And I understand those. But when you're sitting there sending billions and billions and billions, I mean, that's a different level. I mean, for funding smaller things and things that are needed across the world, sure. But when it comes to like war, especially when we're not involved, actually, dude, we have so many people in our own country that are fighting their own internal war, you know, trying to just survive in this crazy environment that we're in, you know. Everyone's broke, you know, everyone's feeling it in 2024. I don't think anyone in the Biden Harris time frame was doing very well. That's just the truth. Welcome to Ukraine, sir. You are now the leader of the Common Fodder Unit and will be leading Operation Bullet Shield. Right. At this point, what are you good for, dude? No, BV is gonna be put me on. It's all gravy, baby. That's right. It is all gravy, right? Is it just me or is it just me? I'm waiting for Pinky to ask him what are we doing later. Oh shit, Ghost Eagle. Good to see you, kind sir. Good to see you, my man. Always good to see you. The more I think about the good they could have done here, yet wasted it elsewhere in the world, the madder and more disgusted I get. Yeah, I mean, it's true. When we know what it's actually going to, it's crazy. It's crazy that we accept, you know, we have to accept it. I mean, how are we going to change it? The only thing that I know what to do is talk about it. That's it. You know, don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain. Yeah, you can't give that attention, right? I'm betting the war will be settled after the election, regardless who's in office. Really, Papa? I'm interested on that perspective. 100%. This guy gives a whole new example of mobile pop-up target. Oh, shit, dude.
Oh shit!
Oh, no. The Vegas stuff and theories are hard to ignore. Yes, exactly. Yep. Oh, you lost a cousin during that ordeal, Ghost Eagle? That's what you're getting at? Holy shit. Wow. That is fucking crazy. I had a few friends that were actually at that concert in Vegas. And they, of course, were scattering in the crowd, but they weren't hit or anything. But it's crazy, man. Yeah, the media is very good at withholding information because they get fucking paid. That's why. They're all bought and paid for. When the media was originally built to keep those exact people in check. That's what it was for. We were keeping people accountable with the media. That's exactly what it is. It keeps people accountable. Unfortunately, when they see that, hey, if we can't beat them, join them kind of ordeal, like, hey, we'll just fucking buy you. Those other countries wouldn't help the U.S. if it was reversed. And I agree with this. No, they would not. No, they would not. And it's crazy to think otherwise. Until we have zero homelessness, zero hungry citizens, I say we don't send anyone another dime. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, we ain't claiming him. All right. Good morning, Gary, kind sir. Man, you missed a very good interview that we just witnessed. Like, it was crazy. 5 years since the pandemic kicked off. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how long it's already been, process. Yeah, it's wild to think how fast it's already kind of gone through, but yet so long. It's weird how time works that way. Much love and respect, Danny. We'll see you on the flip side, my man. Be safe. While Trump just announced he is going to cap credit card interest rates at 10%. That'd be fucking awesome. Whoa. So no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, and capping the credit card interest rate at 10% when motherfuckers are getting fucking charged 22, 25, 28% on their fucking credit cards. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm not going to lie. All the news companies are owned by the same group of 4 dudes. Yeah, and if you know exactly where do they live, where were they born? Straight Jacket. Where do they reside? Those 4 people. You know what I mean? Follow the money always. It'll let you know exactly what the fuck is going down. You know what I mean? War will be settled after the election because the big hedge funds and banks have to have the contracts to rebuild. The election provides a natural transition so the bankers can make money. Wow, that's very interesting. That is pretty damn very observant there, Papa. I like that. I've not heard people around me say that their lives have been better with Biden. We're talking hardcore Democrats that aren't voting Democrat this election. I think that'll happen a lot. Yeah, and it's weird because I have seen a lot of the, I would say Democrats, hardcore Democrats that are refusing to vote for Kamala. You know, and I'm hearing more and more of this. Now, is it becoming more and more of a trend? I hope, but I don't really know how much it'll change, you know? We have more money going out of the country than we have coming in. That's a major fact. I'll watch after this ends. Yes, sir. Gary, there's a lot to it. Credit cards are great for keeping poor folks poor. Yep, it does. It keeps you trapped. It's an entire fucking trap. My cards are charging 34%. Used to be considered a usury, and they're used to, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Vanguard, BlackRock, and yeah, exactly. Some people charge 35% interest on their credit cards. That's fucking absurd. That's so crazy, dude. The biggest loss to the Dems are African-American males. You're right about that. It's going to be sending people into a panic. Yeah, the male black vote right now is not for Kamala Harris. I bet credit card companies will be putting hits out on Trump now. That's where they make a lot of money. Well, that's where they make all their money, is off the interest. They don't make money just loaning you the money. They make money off of the interest, you know? So yeah, they've been using it against us as, you know, society, keeping us fucking pitted. For real. What's crazy, as a business owner, I can only charge a small interest rate on late bills, but the credit card companies can charge insane interest. And it's weird how that it's been allowed to be like that. I'm glad that somebody's actually tackling that, you know, and that's a brilliant thing to tackle right now. Brilliant. And economically, how is that going to help us? It's going to help us dramatically. Absolutely. Yeah, and you thought your interest rates were bad to kill it? Yeah, over there compared to what we got over here, it's crazy. It's crazy what they do. Credit cards can be useful if people use them correctly. I really started looking at credit cards sideways when teens could get one, to teach them. I had a credit card when I was like 14, 15 or something like that. And yeah, I mean, I was very responsible with money, though. I've always been very responsible with money. But I've proved that, like, growing up. You know, and so, of course, my parents wouldn't have co-signed that BS if I was bad with it. I want to know who cuts that guy's hair. He's probably in, yeah, for real. Imagine feeling good about letting someone walk out of your shop looking like that and feeling good about it. They messed up too. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, shit. Well, hey, I really appreciate you being here, Akilla, and hanging out with us, you know. You were here last night even. You know, that was really cool. Maybe it'll be two-sided. They won't let high limits on cards because they won't make as much. That's right. If the government really wanted to address poverty, they would teach financial literacy in primary school. And you're very right about that. But we don't learn anything about any of that. You know that. You know, I never learned any of that shit in school. Neither did any of you guys. And if you guys were saying that you guys did learn that in school, stop the cat. Keep your heads on going to play with the scooter. Absolutely, my man. Be safe. Be good, my man. We run the world. That's why we shouldn't be in debt. Just my opinion. We shouldn't. If we're the leaders of the world, how can you be leaders of the world when you owe everyone money? And can't even get these ignorant kids to be proficient in math and English, never mind financial responsibilities. And that is that is true. That is very true. You know, we don't take accountability for our own kids. Yeah, I was listening while I was working. That's awesome, Akilla. Thank you for making the shows and being here. It's always good to see you. Well, guys, I can't thank you guys enough for being here, being a part of the show, man, and throwing your guys' 2 cents into what you guys think on all of these subjects. You guys are literally half the show. You know what I mean? I can't do the show without you. It's an honor. I can't thank you guys enough for the donations, the likes on the show, the comments, your guys' comments. So that's a huge ordeal. I just can't thank you all enough. So with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Much love, honor, respect to everybody, and we'll see you then. Much love. Peace.
From the depths of darkness.